Welcome back to AlphaCars and Motorcycles. My name is Ian, and today I've got this 2022 Ural Gear-Up in the Sahara color to show you. It's a very cool color, kind of like a desert sort of matte tan. I really like it. I think it ties in with the rest of the accents on the Ural. So this video is going to be going over some of the general specifications, some standout features, and at the end we might even touch on some cool accessories that we offer for these as well. At the time of filming, this bike is available now at AlphaCars. So alphacars.com, check it out. It's brand new. These also have a 2-year unlimited mileage warranty with warranty extension options. So these bikes are really a blast to ride. They're designed to have a sidecar, which is very evident if you really look at the design of it and once you start riding it. So, with that really incredible warranty, there's really a whole lot of riding to do, a whole lot of worry-free riding to do that you can experience with a Ural. So now let's get into it. So first, let me just go around this Ural and show you some of the highlights and kind of explain to you what it is. So this is a sidecar motorcycle. It has on-demand two-wheel drive, and it's a 750cc horizontally opposed twin. It has a 5-speed gearbox, but not the 5 speeds you may be thinking of. It has 4 forward gears and 1 mechanical reverse gear. So yes, this is a two-wheel drive motorcycle with reverse. So that is, pretty cool by itself. Looking at some of the foot controls, we have our heel-toe shifter for those 4 forward gears. And on the right side, you may wonder how you get into reverse. Well, this heel-toe shifter is how you get into reverse. So when you're in neutral with the clutch pulled in, you kick your heel down right here, and that'll pop you right in reverse. We also have a rear brake, which we can see is tied to our sidecar master cylinder. So that actuates both rear brakes at once for a nice balanced braking performance. And to put it in two-wheel drive, we have this lever right here. So that you would just actuate, which puts our final drive into two-wheel drive, which then sends power to the sidecar wheel through this drive shaft. And it is shaft driven as well, as you may have seen in here. We can see this shaft in here. That drives right from the gearbox to the final drive, so really not much of any drivetrain maintenance to worry about, and a very smooth riding and smooth actuating gearbox as well. And about that gearbox, this is a dry clutch, so it's a twin plate dry clutch, almost like you might find in some like performance automobile applications. So a lot of clamping force, very light pull. It's really what you need for a rig like this. So talking about some of the factory installed options, we have the powder coated drivetrain. So I did just show you the drivetrain, but you can see it is black. It's a very high quality powder coating job from the factory. All the parts are powder coated before they're assembled. So you can see like the gaskets, they don't have like powder coating on them. So that's really the right way to do it. So they're fully protected, and it'll keep that engine corrosion free for really much longer than it would be not protected. So that's pretty cool. We have an undercoating on the underside of the fenders, so as you can see, it's like textured. So the Ural fenders and underneath the sidecar, so we can see the line there and then the textured coating underneath. So this is like a chip guard sort of. So, if things brush up against the paint or something like kicks up and hits it, it's more likely to not chip the paint, and then you have to worry about corrosion and rust and the like with the unprotected metal. These LED sidecar driving lights are standard, but we here at AlphaCars like to go a step beyond, and we can see the harness is run through the sidecar front bumper, and then it comes out at the end here and goes into the sidecar. So that is not run like that from the factory. Usually the harness is just like on the outside of this bumper. So we like doing it that way, just kind of bringing it up to the AlphaCars standard. It's a very clean looking installation, and it protects the harness long term as well. So that's just something we like to do on these Urals. Now going around, let's talk about the brakes a little bit. You can see big drilled rotor, floating design, very high performance with a 4-piston Brembo caliper up front. Around the back, we have a, once again, nice drilled rotor, Brembo caliper. And on the sidecar, same story here. So this, this machine really stops unlike you think it would. Really some high performance brakes. For 2022, it is standard now, this high mount, true 2-into-1 exhaust. So just look at all the ground clearance we have by Ural going to this high mount system. And what really impresses me too is, like, look at the weld quality on the end of the muffler, on the end of the can. It's like some nice beads there on the muffler. We have a cool jerry can. We have our spare tire with the rack on it, which if you look, the rack doesn't flex, it just moves the whole bike. So very high quality. I wouldn't doubt putting any like luggage on there and tying it down. We have a shovel as well, so that's cool. I forgot to mention on this spare wheel, this fits all 3 locations. With how the hub is designed, Ural did this so, no matter where you get a flat or something that's unrepairable where you have to use the spare, you can put it on any location on the bike and you'll still get home. Another option this Ural has is the compartment in the top of the gas tank. So I will open this in just a couple minutes when I show you the controls. You can fit like a modern big, phone in there. There's really quite a lot of space, so stay tuned and you get to see in there. But before I swing a leg onto the Ural, I'm gonna take off this tonneau cover off the sidecar and we'll check out inside the sidecar to find out what it looks like, what it would look like being a passenger. And through the magic of editing, the tonneau cover is off. I just kind of tossed it, laid it on top of the Ural. If you're wondering how it comes off, kind of how these fasteners work, I'm going to link a video. It'll pop up right now in the video for you to check out after this one. It has a lot of tips and tricks on how to use the tonneau cover, different ways to store it as well. So definitely check that out. We have our seat for the passenger. It's even like contoured like a modern car seat. So that's really cool, really comfortable. We have a nice floor mat. I like that. A nice touch. Once again, we have like this the chip guard, almost like a bed liner, you could call it, in kind of, more mainstream terms. But that's applied in here as well. And we have a fuse panel in the sidecar. We have a European style outlet and then an additional circuit ready to be used depending on what accessories you want to install. Now let's open the trunk. Yes, I said trunk. This motorcycle has a trunk. It's kind of a two-handed job. So I'm just gonna pull this lever up and then pull open the trunk like so. And once again, nice floor mat in there. We have our chip guard inside the trunk area. And we have our factory toolkit, which rolled up in there as well. This touch-up paint and a couple other things, so that's cool. Also in here we can find like the color code, so that's helpful. Then to latch this, you just kind of set it down, open this up so it grabs it, and there you go. It is lockable too, so if you have some items in there that you don't want other people having, then you can definitely lock the trunk and you'll be safe there. So now I'm going to reinstall the tonneau cover. We'll hop on the Ural, we'll hear it run, and just get familiar with some of the controls. And there the tonneau cover is installed. Now before I throw a leg over this, let's open up this really cool compartment. We have our little key for it. If I can show you that, my glove kind of covers it. It is a small key. So we have our little key, which we insert there. Give that a half turn, or a quarter turn rather. And check this out. Really cool. We can see there's like a nice rubber gasket here. With how this lip is designed too, there's really like, I can't really see any moisture getting in there. I have a pretty modern, big phone. And you can see it just fits right in there. Plenty of room. So, phone, wallet, other maybe keys or like documents. Great place to keep any of that really. And I think it's a very convenient location as well. And it looks factory too, you don't have to have a big tank bag on there. So I really like that. So now I inserted the key in the ignition, which is on the side right here. So let's turn that ignition on. You can see our gauge does its sweep, its kind of self-check. We can see the red parking brake light is on because we have this wonderful aluminum handle parking brake. It's a very nice, like, satisfying thing to use. It's just very high quality, as really everything else on this Ural. We have our waterproof switch for our driving lights on the Sidecar, so that's really cool. Other than that, just kind of standard motorcycle controls, throttle, front brake, kill, run, start button. We have our high beams and then flash to pass if you push down, blinkers and horn. And then I already touched on kind of the foot controls and how to get in reverse in two-wheel drive and the like. So now that we're in neutral, it's around 25 degrees today in New England, cold January day. With the fuel injection, as I mentioned, all you gotta do is push that start button, and it does all the thinking for you. No worrying about having a tuned carburetor or a choke to pull, depending on the elevation or the temperature you're riding in. And now that I'm at the front of the machine again, this also has a steering stabilizer, a steering dampener. It's hydraulic and it's adjusted by this red knob here. So depending on the terrain you're riding on, depending on how you like the steering to feel, you can adjust that, which kind of firms up the steering and also kind of adjusts how it reacts to different things in the road or things in the trail if you're off-road. So that's a very, very useful feature once you get that dialed in. So very smooth running engine, does what it needs to do. So with that, thanks for watching this video. I hope you learned something new today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions on this Ural, definitely check out the listing. It's linked in the description and in this video. And if you have any further questions after reviewing that, definitely email us, give us a call, and we'd be happy to talk with you about any questions you have, as these bikes are our specialty. You can check out our online store, uralne.com. That's where you can find all the awesome accessories we offer for these bikes. Anything from additional lighting, storage, luggage options, skid plates, really hundreds of items that I couldn't even have the time to name to you, in this video. This has been Ian reporting from the Boxborough location, and until next time.